My name's Tim, and I was one of the 2 primary boat carriers on Canoe4Covid.
My name's Kalen, and I carried the barrel, as well as working on filming and our media promotion.
My name's Will Vise. I was the trip navigator and double pack carrier.
Hi, I'm Jacob, and I was the pack carrier and fisherman on the trip.
My name's George, and I was the trip chef, and I also carried the Wanigan.
My name is Nolan Azes, and I was one of the boat carriers and also the fire maker.
50 days into our 60-day adventure, we were getting near the end. That said, we still had a lot of ground to cover in the remaining 10 days. Between North Bay and Ottawa lay some long days, both in Algonquin Park and along the Ottawa River, not to mention the brutal 28-kilometer portage down from the Mattawa River to Kiosk. But before we can get to any of that, we had to finish up our affairs in North Bay and once again set our boats in the water. We had a great reception in North Bay, with the mayor coming out to meet us and a number of other people supporting our cause coming to see us paddle in. It was amazing to see so much support from everyone, and during our time there, we even had a chance to meet with Sarah Blackwell, the youth coordinator of the Anishinaabe Nations.
So, Ani Bojo, my name is Sarah Blackwell, and I'm the youth coordinator with the Anishinaabe Nation. And when I heard your story of what you were doing, I immediately shared it on my Facebook wall because I was amazed with, just your inspiration, your motivation, and the role modeling that you're doing for all young people throughout Ontario. And so it was by fluke that I saw you today because, as I mentioned, I was at the beach, took the afternoon off, and I see these 2 canoes with these guys just giving her in the canoe, and I'm like, they're not just out for a nice leisurely paddle on Lake Nipissing, right? So I knew, I made the connection, and I was like, wow, because I don't follow a lot of news stories. I had no idea you guys were coming through today. So I approached you, and I would like to gift you with a card and some promotional material that I have with my program, but that I hope will you'll be able to carry on your trip and enjoy even afterward. So if you see the logo, it says Weshkinijig. So Anishinaabe Nation is our organization. It's a political body that represents 39 First Nation communities in Ontario. And then Weshkinijig is the Ojibwe name for those that are youthful, which is our term for young people. And in addition to that, it is, in my culture, we give tobacco to people when we are just to honor and show respect. And so I do have a tobacco tie here that I've made for you. And I would love for you to, say a little prayer or whatever it is when you're on the water and put that in the water just to say miigwech to the Creator for, I'm hoping you guys have had a safe journey, but, the last rest of your trip that you have a safe journey as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah.
Really do appreciate it. That's amazing.
Miigwech. Thank you.
Thank you. North Bay was the first city we passed through on our trip, and it felt pretty strange to see so many people staring at us. I wonder what they thought of these 6 bush-crazy dudes portaging canoes through downtown. When portaging, it's usually down trees, thick bush, and large boulders that get in your way. Never did I think I'd be waiting for a stoplight to turn green so I could keep going. So this morning, we're sending out of Trout Lake, going down to Mattawa. Leaving North Bay, the only thought on our minds was the 28-kilometer portage we would have to tackle tomorrow. None of us had attempted anything like it before, and our minds dug images of the long-past Darklands, and we could only hope that the 28K wouldn't be as bad as that was. Nonetheless, we pushed forwards towards the ominous challenge on the horizon and kept a good pace throughout the course of a long day.
So the people over there at that cottage were nice enough. They recognized us when we were going down the portage down their road and said, don't worry, go put in by our cottage. And they also told us about this natural spring that's over here. So we're filling up our water bottles right by this metal pipe here. This natural ice cold spring water.
As we drew nearer to our campsite for that night, we began to realize just how ambitious this day was alone. and we started to worry about being tired for the next morning after such a long day today. Luckily, we stumbled upon an old dirt road that cut out a few kilometers out of our day, and from there we only had a short portage to our site.
So we found this road right here on Google Maps, and it says that it goes right over the river, but as you can see, that bridge doesn't exist anymore. Maybe that's where it connected. So we originally couldn't find it. However, now came and stopped off, and there's a nice campsite here.
Yeah.
And a road. It's definitely a late one right now. We just took a road portage that led out of Ottawa to shortcut through. We're gonna take these train tracks here that lead us towards that way, towards Ambel du Fond River. We're gonna stay where the lake. Car going by there. We're gonna stay where the lake meets the road. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. We're waking up to do 26K. Pre-game interviews here. How are you feeling before 26K?
My man.
Nolan, how are you feeling?
Ready to go into battle. You already know how it is.
My man.
Jacob, how are you feeling before this?
I'm nervous, but it's gonna be a hell of a time. That's for sure.
Yep. Tim, how are you feeling before the 26K?
This is the longest portage I know anyone has done, so it's dark.
I just left the site a little bit earlier from the boys. I started the portage at 6:50, 6:53 right now. Only about 200 meters in. My arm's already hurting from carrying paddles. I'm 200 meters in, so trying to do this as quickly as possible. I want to see what time I get for the whole portage.
One of us will die inside these arms, eyes wide open, naked as we can.
So I'm just letting my my legs get stretched out a bit, wiggle all the muscles out, get my water filled back up. This is my first water break. I'm probably gonna finish the whole Nalgene and that river, fill it up, and get back out on the road. Yeah, so this is probably like the halfway mark, if not a little bit shorter than that, but feeling pretty good.
I lay smiling like our sleeping children. One of us will die inside these arms.
Right here, there's a sign that says it. The highway 630 ends right here. It's a dirt road. I'm so lost and so gone in my head. I'm so close though, like it's done. It's done. Boys here, set up the tent.
As the morning dawned, Will, George, and I began to feel the impact that the previous day had taken on us. Tim, Nolan, and Jacob had taken a ride on a truck about 10 kilometers into the portage, as they were paddling the two-man boat with Nolan, and he was still unable to paddle, and they did not want to risk being exhausted. Today was again another very long day, and for those of us who completed all 28K, it quickly became apparent how significant of a toll that portage had taken on us.
Coffee Lake today, and then we're going down through Cedar Lake, go to Radiant Lake where we're camping at the end of the day.
So we were finally back tripping in Algonquin Park, with clear-cut trails and portage signs everywhere you go. The boys had all spent many summers tripping through the park, with many of them retracing their steps and strokes from previous summers. The park wouldn't surprise us with any unexpected bushwhacks, so we planned for long days. The only problem was our bodies were so torn up from the day before, making it a bigger haul than expected. Well, a wise man named Howie told us a very memorable quote back on the shores of Lake Superior. When in doubt, keep paddling. And paddle we did. Soon enough, our aching bodies arrived at Radiant Lake to a blissful sunset with a well-deserved dinner.
Pretty cold morning today. Woke up and all my stuff was soaked because the platypus spilled in the tent. So I'm pretty cold. I think all the boys are pretty cold. It's just one of those days. Couple portages to start of White Partridge Creek, and then most of the day we'll just be paddling that creek to White Partridge Lake. And then we're going to try, ideally, to push past White Partridge Lake to where? Black Creek, Barren, something like that. Yeah, day 54.
After pushing a short while through the cold rain, we were once again met with some very unfavorable circumstances.
Oh, the boys are pinned. Hold up, don't send it yet, don't send it yet. Boys are pinned like in the line. All right, no. All right, yeah. All right. This feet right here. Now hard left. Now left. Oh. Oh. So close! Ow, though. We're good, eh? Just to push off the rock. Is it wrapped?
Yeah. So, our boat here wrapped on this rock. Now we gotta get out of the rapid. So, yeah, my hand's really bad today.
You are gonna have to just get.
I'm gonna go down.
How are we gonna get there? Careful, man. Yeah, be careful. It's kind of past you, okay? Don't be a hero. No? Man, like, that looks pretty It's there. I don't know how we're gonna make it to the point.
Okay, what do we do? Paddle around the other side. Come up. It's a bit dark here. We're gonna go up that side.
I think we're gonna have to go on the abandoned railroad and just do a huge fat portage shaded Grand Lake to the access point and like ask Nova for a boat.
Just go up right there. There's no current. We'll just run up.
Rest in peace, the SS Grubba. Oh, it's such a cold day. Cold and unforgiving. We're gonna have to find a replacement boat because the SS Grubba is not not going anywhere in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, we're not getting stopped. Yeah, you're right.
If we have to walk to Ottawa without any boats, I don't care, we're doing it.
So for now, we have one boat to get 6 guys and all our to some road access or something. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but there's road access right there. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but there is a road, and we've basically been following the road since kiosk, and yeah, so ideally if we get, you know, either an evac or a new boat, it'll be from that road there. But yeah, it's that boat is destroyed. That thing's wrapped like a banana. It's a permanent fixture in these rapids. Of course it happens in the park too, like, shouldn't have shot those rapids obviously, but you know, it's done. What can you do? You just gotta figure out how to fix it.
You meet Rob, like right there.
Where are we? Okay, we're
like
right there.
Here.
We're portaging like 12K?
It's like 14.
14K?
But yeah, he says it'll probably take him like 5.5 hours to get there, which is probably the same amount of time it'll take us. So like, we'll probably get there around the same time as him.
One of the greatest canoes I've ever been in, if not the greatest canoe I've ever been in. It's a sad sight to see it wrap now.
Soon enough, we were on our way again, now setting off on a 14-kilometer long portage to meet Rob, who was coming to bring us a new boat and then drop us off at the nearest access point, Grand Lake. So we had quite a big change in plans from when we left our tents that morning. Simply put, we got overconfident in the easiest part of our route. And no matter what pond or ocean you're paddling in, the canoe tripping gods don't like overconfidence. While the SS Grubba laid wrapped in the Petawawa River, we also found ourselves wrapped in one of those trip situations where you're not quite sure what will happen next. It's at times like these where you should call on a friend, and our good friend Rob from Paddlefoot came through with another canoe to keep our journey going.
Algonquin Park, walked from Francis up to this widened area over here. I found some cars in this parking lot. We passed the turnoff for Eustache. We've been walking really far. At the 8K mark, we got there without any brakes, ate lunch near a bridge, and then walked out here without any brakes. I don't know how much farther we've gone, but we've gone a good ways. We're gonna meet Rob in order to get our new boat, so we destroyed the SS Grubba.
So we waited for about 4 or 5 hours for Rob to come, and it turns out he went down a road and it was it too small of a bridge for his trailer to get over or something like that?
Yeah, it wasn't a big enough road for Rob to come down. So he's coming in through the south of the park instead of east of the park. And now he's back on Highway 60 driving around to go through the east of the park.
Yeah, just such an awesome thing to do. Like, he spent so much time driving today.
Such a huge homie.
Yeah, such a huge homie coming to get us now. But he's gonna get here in 2 hours, so me and Will are just walking to go get some spring water and come back to where the boys set up tent along this pebbled road.
Abandoned CNR rail bed.
Yes.
We just have a train line here.
Anyways, yeah, just keep waiting and figure out what's gonna happen after this.
So here we have Chef Kalen whipping up the dough. We got the sauce over here. Got the dough right there. Pep sticks there.
Just like Mama used to make.
You come over here. We got the rig going. Woo! Fire.
After some pizza and great banter on a long rest day at Grand Lake, we took time to gather our thoughts. In 3 days, we'd be flipping down our boats in Parliament Hill and 60 Day would come to an end. We still had long ways to go through the Barron Canyon, Petawawa River, and down the Ottawa River into Parliament, but the thought of our trip ending in the near future hucked a giant shock of reality down our spines. We had been focused on the journey for so long that we forgot there was even a destination. We decided these last 3 days wouldn't be for anyone else, so we put down the cameras and enjoyed what little time we had left. This part of the story was meant only for us.
Well, a group of 6 friends is just hours away from completing a 60-day canoe trip across Ontario.
Canoe4Covid is raising money for Food Banks Canada to help those affected by the pandemic.
The goal, to raise $60,000 for COVID-19 relief efforts.
The trip spanned over 2,000 kilometers, all to raise money for COVID-19 relief.
While the whole group has a great deal of experience with canoe trips, team member Tim Mulligan says the team is strong-willed and have become closer since the trip began.
Definitely there's a physical toll. Definitely hungry throughout the day, get dehydrated because you don't have an endless supply of food here. But mentally, all the boys are pretty strong-spirited, and we have all done this before, so we've been very strong throughout the whole thing.
All right, I gotta say, you guys must be, well, for one, excited and probably exhausted. How would you describe how you're feeling this morning after all of this, as you're about to finish up?
This morning, it was definitely a bit exciting, but I feel like for myself and all the boys, a bit sad because it's kind of a lifestyle coming to an end. 60 days out here just pushing ourselves and just being out here with each other. It's really sad that it's coming to an end right now.
Here we are. We've made it to Ottawa. Oh, look at that.
So sad to see.
That's so crazy. I haven't seen buildings like that in forever. Holy hell. And there it is, Parliament. The end of the trip.
Your colors and circles and thoughts in my head, they're driving me crazy, I can't get to bed. But when I wake up, I'll do it all over again. Whoa.
Go farther down, boys.
Whoa.
Boys, go farther.
Yeah, I'll sing you a song, man, before I forget. The weight of the world pounding down on my head, on my head. Yeah, what is this life? What is this living all about? I feel the weight of the world coming down. What is my life? Why am I feeling so spun around? I shouldn't believe it, but where am I found? Where is that place where my feet touch the ground? I feel I've waited too long, but my journey's only just begun. Where I'm lost will later be where I'm found. Running in circles again, circles on circles. It's so hard not to get turned around. But where do I stand now? Yeah, you dream of a life, you dream of the day that your feet touch the ground. And it's a beautiful world, so live till your day is done.
Two months ago, we told you about 6 friends who lost their jobs as camp counselors as a result of COVID-19. So they set out on a 2-month, 2,000-kilometer canoe trip. Today, they received special recognition back here in Toronto.
Just want to say a little thank you to you from the bottom of our hearts for going that extra mile to help those in need. You are really the true Ontario spirit. So thank you very much.
They each received an honorary scroll from the Ontario government. They had a $60,000 fundraising goal. They ended up raising just under $80,000.
For all the months we spent planning this trip, all the phone calls we made pitching our crazy idea, all the people who never thought we'd make it past day one, all the people who supported us and pushed us forward, and for all the people who taught us skills to keep us going through the roughest terrain, we thank you. With your help, we were ready for 60 days. To all the times Will navigated us through the unknown, for every fish Jacob caught us, for every tasty meal George cooked us, for every rainy fire Nolan managed to light, and for every time Tim pushed us to the end of a portage, thank you, boys. We deserve to make it to the end. What nobody teaches you is what to do when it's all over. What to do when your paddle is out of reach. What to do when your brothers are no longer there. I guess that's the true haul you've got to overcome. But wherever life takes us, we will always know how it feels to be brothers in arms.
Your imagined importance came with you to die. There's a billion out there like you, makes me want to cry. I wander in the darkness, feeling around like a blind man. Can't find the light switch, but it only matters when. The dark side of the moon, shining back like a mirror. Shadows in the sun, bright lights in the night. What does it mean? Nobody knows. Guess we just keep floating around like a bunch of lost souls.